Blood samples show previous bird flu infection in veterinarians who didn't realize that they were exposed. The CDC talks about, and the veterinarian practitioners never reported respiratory or influenza symptoms. This has been written by Mary Cicados. Blood samples are showing that evidence of past bird flu infections in veterinarians, despite the doctors never reporting symptoms of knowing that they had been exposed. A new federal report published Thursday afternoon shows, and the findings suggest that there could be people and animals with bird flu infections in the other states that may have not been identified, the author said. Investigators at Centers for Disease Control and Prevention collected blood samples in September 2024 from 150 veterinary practitioners who worked with dairy cattle. Practitioners were tested for bird flu and antibodies that would indicate past infections and asked about their cattle exposure in the past 3 months. Additionally, their exposure since January 2024 were assessed, and at the time the samples were collected, bird flu infections in dairy cattle had been detected in 14 U.S. states for 4 human cases and people with dairy cattle exposure in 3 states. As of Thursday, 68 human cases have been detected in 11 states with exposures coming from dairy cattle, poultry farms, culling operations, and other animals, according to CDC data. Most human cases have been mild, and those patients recovered after receiving antiviral medication. 3 of the survey participants had antibodies in their blood indicating previous bird flu infections. None of them reported respiratory or influenza-like symptoms or received tested for influenza since January 2024. And all 3 practitioners worked with multiple animals, including dairy cattle. 2 worked with non-dairy cattle, with 1 providing care to poultry and 1 working at livestock markets. None worked with dairy cattle have been known to suspected cases of bird flu, although 1 practitioner had worked with poultry that tested positive. And these practitioners have reported and were wearing gloves and clothing covered with caring for the cattle, and were wearing respiratory and eye protection. Yeah, this is a crazy story. So subscribe for more on this page. News Cycle Reloaded, and my other channel for getting news stories about entertainment. Thank you very much for watching.